The enemy is attacking. They are gathering forces to push the Ukrainian armed forces out of the Kursk region. The Ukrainian armed forces intelligence is watching the attack. A drone flies towards the column. A strike disrupts the maneuver. The enemy continues the breakthrough. We see that one of the APCs is damaged. That's where this drone's attack is aimed. The third UAV hits the tank's turret. The fourth continues to pursue. The enemy tank reached the village, but it was already found. This is Kursk region, so there's still snow here. The pilot points the drone directly at the target's turret. This is the final target in this attack, and this drone will end it beautifully. A fireball envelops the target, which burns furiously after the detonation of the ammunition. The assault is repelled. However, a rare stroke of luck happens nearby. The AFU managed to find the enemy grad. The pilots are surprised to find MLRS. It's hard to strike. The attack drone is flying for reconnaissance. It is looking for the best place to strike. Are the enemy grads loaded? Finally, the UAV attacks. The scout records an epic hit from a great height. The pilots are delighted. Look at those emotions. They managed to detonate a rocket inside the grad. But the Ukrainians were even more lucky than they think. Reconnaissance spotted a second grad nearby, and the explosion destroyed it too. Soldiers are celebrating. They were lucky enough to take advantage of the enemy's mistake of carelessly leaving a rocket in the gun. Eliminating a multiple launch rocket system is important. After that, the Ukrainians planned an offensive. The infantry is ready. The attack begins. They went to liberate the village. 2 enemy soldiers ran away. Thus, the positions remained free. The Ukrainian infantry are breaking through. Meanwhile, the second group arrives. The AFU needs to get into that trench. It turned out to be easy to do. The enemy is very close. Their strategy is to change positions and launch a surprise attack. But the Ukrainians see everything. The APC is leaving. The Ukrainian soldiers gained a foothold. The position is right here. And here are the first attackers. They know the AFU is in this house. The close combat begins, but the enemy has piled up, lost the initiative, and favorable positions. Soon, the AFU received 2 trophy machine guns, but to the north, the enemy continued to put pressure. This AFU drone intercepted an enemy APC. A scout confirmed the explosion. Another drone flies over the defeated target for a control strike. A fire inside is almost always a guaranteed destruction. Here is an example from repulsing another enemy offensive, where fire reaches the ammunition in 10 seconds, and its detonation explodes the target. Meanwhile, the scouts spotted the movement of another APC. Ukrainian drone overruns the target to strike head-on. Despite the distance, the hit was confirmed. The scout records a hit, but the explosion only slowed the enemy down. The strong armor withstood, although it was damaged. The second UAV attacked the same vehicle. Meanwhile, another enemy APC overtook the damaged one and was approaching cover, but the AFU drone intercepted it. The reconnaissance man records that this UAV was more fortunate. The target was hit. Another drone flew to finish off the first downed IFV, which was still moving toward Ukrainian positions. During the attack, the drone confirmed the defeat of another APC and then hit its own target. The scout confirmed the destruction of both enemy vehicles. 2 armored vehicles were eliminated by 4 light drones with relatively small ammunition. However, the enemy continues to exert pressure with its numerical superiority. In this case, the attack UAV was operating without reconnaissance. The second drone confirmed the hit of the first one. The enemy's APC is on fire, but it needs to be completely destroyed. Only later, a scout arrived to get a handle on the situation. There was a hit. The fire led to a detonation that scattered the wreckage of the target. But this was only the beginning. Then the scout flew away, but even from a distance he recorded the next detonation. Such a powerful explosion indicates the destruction of the target. It is clear that the enemy will not be able to repair this equipment. I'm sure you'll definitely enjoy the next assault. In another section of the front, 2 enemy IFVs were intercepted during a breakthrough. An attack drone catches up with one of the targets. The first hit showed that the AFU was ready. There was another explosion nearby. The enemy is trying to move on. However, the assault has already lost momentum. A hit on one of the APCs forces the entire column to stop. The thermal imager shows that the infantry has landed. It is a long way to the AFU positions, but the soldiers hope to hide in the thickets and break through in small groups. Without a thermal imager, they would be virtually invisible, so they were counting on success. The surviving APC drives away after the infantry landing, but the enemy is not ready for effective interaction between different units of the AFU. At the same time, attack drones were working. The infantry was not ready to move towards the explosions. Together, artillery and drones thwarted the assault. The enemy's preparations were in vain. The enemy was stopped before the contact line. Here's an example of how UAV pilots cooperate with other branches of the military. A reconnaissance man found Korean self-propelled artillery systems with drone protection. However, there is no protection from artillery. Thanks to the precise coordinates, 3 self-propelled artillery systems were hit. Another episode. Ukrainian drones with thermal imagers found 2 Mi-8 helicopters and 2 more K-52 models. This is their parking lot, and long-range and accurate HIMARS were fired at them. All 4 targets were eliminated in a matter of seconds. The interaction between drones and artillery is amazingly effective. It reminded us of last year's elimination of an important target. This is the Costa radar station. It is able to search for air targets, even at ultra-low altitudes. It cost more than $60 million. But the drone has already sent the coordinates to the artillery. The first explosion is nearby. The second one is a direct hit. After this explosion, the target is destroyed. Drones also cooperate with tanks. This is also last year's episode, but we haven't shown it before. This scout found an enemy MTLB. There is an AFU tank in a hiding place nearby. He fires right from there. The first shell hits close to the target. The drone adjusts its fire. The second hit is also far away. But the third one causes damage to the target. Later, the drone confirms the fire in the MTLB, one of the enemy's recent attacks with a multiple rocket launcher system. The enemy was already leaving their firing positions and did not expect a counterattack, but a Ukrainian drone penetrated the enemy's rear. The strike stopped the target. The scout continues to give the coordinates of the target to the next attack drones. An attack is underway. Its hit on the ammunition leads to a powerful detonation. The rockets explode in an epic fireball. The target is eliminated. Not far away, an AFU drone spotted another SAM from a great height, following the trail of the missile. It is a Strela 10, a model against air targets. It leaves the position after firing at the Ukrainian drones. However, the Ukrainian pilot manages to intercept the target. It catches up with the SAM. Notice that it finds the optimal angle and point for the strike. The drone's hit causes the SAM missiles to fly out of the target and detonate spectacularly. Missile fragments scattered from the destroyed SAM. Look at the size of the huge cloud of smoke that can be seen from afar. The target is neutralized. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next episodes.